Hello dear friends, welcome back to another episode of Radiance of Islam. Los Angeles, a city of dreams, known for its dazzling skyline and ceaseless energy, was plunged into an unimaginable nightmare. A massive wildfire, fueled by the relentless Santa Ana winds, roared through its neighborhoods, turning vibrant communities into lifeless ruins. In a matter of hours, homes that had stood for generations were reduced to rubble. Schools, parks, and businesses, everything that symbolizes life and hope, were swallowed by the inferno. Streets once bustling with laughter and movement were now shrouded in thick, choking smoke. It was a scene of complete devastation. Yet, amidst this unparalleled destruction, something extraordinary happened, something that defied every law of nature and logic. This is the story of the White Mosque, a sanctuary of faith that stood tall and untouched, even as the world around it burned to the ground. For Aiden, a seasoned firefighter with over 15 years on the front lines, the wildfire was like nothing he had ever faced. Flames climbed sky high, fueled by dry vegetation and ferocious winds, consuming everything in their path. He and his team battled tirelessly, but the fire showed no mercy. As Aiden maneuvered through the chaos, something unusual caught his attention. Through the thick smoke and raging flames, a white structure stood unwavering, almost glowing in the darkness. It was the Niman Mosque. "Am I seeing this right?" Aiden muttered to himself, unsure if exhaustion was playing tricks on him. He called out to his team, his voice a mix of disbelief and urgency. When the others turned to look, their jaws dropped. Everything around the mosque was scorched and lifeless. Trees reduced to blackened stumps, cars melted into unrecognizable shapes, buildings reduced to ash. Yet, the mosque stood pristine. Its white walls gleamed, untouched by the fire. Not a single burn mark marred its surface. Inside the mosque, Imam Sheikh Ahmad and a handful of congregants gathered in prayer. They had heard the fire roaring closer, felt the heat pressing against the walls, and seen the ominous glow of flames on the horizon. But instead of succumbing to panic, they turned to their faith. "Allah is the ultimate protector," Sheikh Ahmad told them, his voice calm and filled with conviction. "Trust in him, and we will be safe." As the wildfire closed in, something extraordinary happened. Witnesses described it as a miracle. The winds, which had been driving the flames with relentless force, suddenly shifted. They swirled around the mosque in a way that created what some later called an invisible barrier. The flames stopped at the edge of the courtyard, unable to advance further. When news of the mosque's survival spread, it caught the attention of Maria, a journalist renowned for her sharp investigative skills and unwavering skepticism. Intrigued, she drove through miles of charred neighborhoods to see the mosque for herself. "The destruction here is almost beyond comprehension," Maria said, standing amidst the rubble. "Entire communities are gone. But here, in the middle of it all, this mosque stands untouched. How is this even possible?" Aiden, who had been on the scene since the fire began, shook his head as he spoke to her. "I've seen a lot in my years as a firefighter, but this, I have no explanation. It's as if something was shielding it, protecting it. I can't explain it any other way." For many, the story of the White Mosque became a symbol of hope and faith. Some called it a miracle. Others saw it as a testament to the power of prayer. Whatever the reason, the sight of the mosque standing tall amidst the ashes served as a reminder that even in the darkest moments, light can prevail and faith can move mountains. The mosque became the beating heart of the community overnight. People poured in from all corners, driven by a mix of awe and reverence. Some came out of curiosity, others out of hope, and many simply to witness the sight of what they were already calling a miracle. Inside the mosque, there was a stillness that contrasted with the bustling crowd outside. Imam Sheikh Ahmad stood before the gathering, his voice calm but filled with emotion. "When the fire came," he began, "we had no tools to fight it. No fire extinguishers, no water, no resources. All we had was our faith. In that moment of fear, we turned to Allah. We recited verses from the Quran, asking for His protection, and Allah answered our prayers in a way we could never have imagined. A voice from the crowd interrupted, trembling with emotion. "Sheikh, what was it like inside? When the fire got so close, what did you feel?" Sheikh Ahmad paused, his gaze heavy with memory. "We truly believed it was the end," he admitted. The smoke filled the air, choking our lungs. The heat was unbearable, like standing inside an oven. We held our breath as the flames roared closer. But then, something extraordinary happened. The fire never touched the mosque. It stopped, as if an invisible barrier stood between us and the flames. It felt like we were being shielded by a force beyond human comprehension. Among the crowd was Aiden, a man known for his unshakable belief in science and logic. For years, he had dismissed anything that couldn't be explained through reason. But now, his perspective was shaken. "I've spent my life believing in facts, in evidence," Aiden said, his voice carrying a mix of wonder and disbelief. "But this is beyond anything I've ever seen. It defies every logical explanation I know. It feels like something greater was at work here." The Imam smiled gently. "Sometimes Allah shows us signs, Aiden, signs to remind us of His power, His mercy, and His presence. Perhaps this is one of those signs, a moment meant to renew our faith and trust in Him." The story of the White Mosque spread like wildfire, capturing the attention of people around the world. Major news networks ran headlines calling it a miracle. Social media platforms were flooded with photos and videos of the untouched mosque, sparking countless discussions. Believers hailed it as a sign of divine intervention. Skeptics debated, pointing to possible scientific explanations, but no one could deny the powerful impact the event had on people's hearts. This is more than just a story about a building that survived a devastating fire. It's a story about faith prevailing over fear, about unity in the face of adversity, and about the unmatched power of prayer. For those who witnessed it, the survival of the White Mosque was more than a coincidence. It was a clear sign of Allah's mercy. It was a reminder that even in the darkest of times, hope, protection, and guidance can shine through. As we reflect on this remarkable event, let it inspire us to strengthen our own connection with Allah. Let it remind us that no matter how difficult life becomes, His mercy and protection are always within reach. May this story light the way for all of us, offering hope, inspiration, and a renewed sense of faith. Thank you for watching, and may Allah's peace and blessings be upon you.